Welcome, survival enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the top 10 survival movies of 2024. Each of these films takes us to extreme places where survival is the only priority. Ready for an adrenaline rush and a fight for life? Let's get started. Number 10, River of Blood. Two young couples, AJ and Richie, along with their partners, Maya and Jasmine, arrive at an exclusive resort deep in the jungle, looking to relax and refresh their relationships. As part of the adventure, they decide to go canoeing with a guide whose mysterious demeanor makes them uneasy. Soon, the expedition takes a dramatic turn. Richie disappears without a trace. Desperate to find their friend, AJ and the others unwittingly enter a land inhabited by a tribe known for its chilling cannibalistic rituals. A vacation in paradise turns into a terrifying struggle for survival, where every moment is fraught with tension, and every sound in the jungle could signal their inevitable doom. Number 9, Heretic. Two young women on a mission to preach the word of God arrive at a mansion where the resident, Mr. Reed, a seemingly polite gentleman, greets them with a smile. However, his charm quickly fades as he reveals his dark, almost demonic side. As the door closes, it becomes clear that the entire house is a trap. Every room, every corridor hides new dangers, and Reed, enjoying their terror, poses increasingly disturbing challenges to them. These trials test not only their faith, but also their strength to survive. A macabre game begins, with life as the stakes. The women must summon every ounce of courage and cunning to escape this house filled with secrets and horror. Number 8, The Goat Life. Najib leaves the lush greenery of Kerala, leaving behind his wife, mother, and unborn child to find a better life in the Middle East. What was supposed to be a fresh start becomes a nightmare. He ends up trapped on a goat farm in the desert, a place where the heat is deadly and the sand offers no respite. Cut off from the world, alone and surrounded only by animals, his initial hope fades and, over time, dies. Every day is a struggle for survival as memories haunt him and a sense of loss gnaws at his soul. In isolation, where human language feels foreign and his identity fades, Najib fights a desperate battle against the emptiness creeping into his life. Number 7, Land of Bad. An elite Delta Force unit is sent to the Philippines to rescue a CIA agent captured by dangerous terrorists. Everything goes according to plan until a brutal counterattack turns the mission into chaos. Young Officer Kinney is left alone, separated from his allies. A terrifying race for survival begins, with only drone operator Reaper as his distant eyes and ears. Kinney navigates hostile terrain filled with deadly ambushes, pursued by trained assassins. In the jungle, where every step could be his last, he must fight both the enemy and the harsh elements, while Reaper races against time to keep him alive for a harrowing 48 hours. Number 6, Aftermath. Eric Daniels, a young veteran, and his sister embark on a simple drive across a bridge in Boston, unaware that the trip will become a nightmare. In an instant, terrorists overrun the bridge, armed to the teeth, and begin executing hostages, forcing the crowd into silent fear. With each passing minute, the situation worsens as the ruthless leader transforms the bridge into a place of bloody terror. Torn between the desire to fight and the need to save his sister, Eric must tap into every survival instinct he acquired in the army. Surrounded by fear and the helplessness of the crowd, he knows one wrong move could cost both their lives. Number 5, The Platform 2. Two prisoners wake up in a place straight out of their worst nightmares, the Dark Hole, a multi-story prison where every day is a battle for survival. Perempuan, an artist with a painful past, and Zamiatin, a mathematician convicted of arson against his parents, discover that the rules in this grim reality have changed. The food elevator descending each day is no longer just a means of survival, but a tool of brutal discipline. Each prisoner receives one designated meal, and breaking this rule results in swift and absolute punishment. Fanatical followers of a self-proclaimed messiah enforce this order, eliminating those who take more than their share. In The Hole, every breath could be their last, and every bite of food is bought with fear. Only those who obey the harsh rules will survive. Number 4, Daddy's Head. After his father's sudden death, a young boy is left alone in a vast, cold estate with only his newly widowed stepmother for company. In the morning silence, the woman distances herself, overwhelmed by the weight of parenthood, and a wall of indifference grows between them. As tensions rise, strange, frightening sounds echo through the corridors, and the boy begins to see visions of a grotesque figure resembling his late father. Each night turns into a nightmare, and the boy's warnings about this dark presence are dismissed as a child's imagination. Meanwhile, the sinister entity tightens its grip, pulling them deeper into a horror from which there seems to be no escape. Number 3. Hold Your Breath. Oklahoma, 1930s. The Bellum family's home is shrouded in darkness. Thick dust clouds block out the sun, and each day is a battle against the unforgiving land and a growing sense of dread. Margaret, left alone with her daughters, Rose and Ollie, as her husband leaves for work, faces an eerie silence. Then, a mysterious stranger appears on the horizon, bringing with him an almost palpable shadow of evil. Though Margaret tries to protect her daughters, she senses that the real threat may come from within. Something unspoken, hidden beneath their daily lives, is awakening, and the Bellum family may not survive its presence. Number 2. Don't Move. A grieving woman finds herself alone in a dense, impenetrable forest where silence is shattered by the arrival of a serial killer. The man, a merciless stalker, injects her with a paralyzing agent, starting a horrific game. As her body begins to fail, every movement becomes a struggle, every breath a desperate fight against time. Forced to hide in the darkness, she clings to the hope that she'll find a way out before losing control completely and falling prey to her killer. Number 1. Elevation. A single father roams the desolate Rocky Mountains in a world that has long since lost its former face. Anthony Mackie stars as a man determined to save himself and an innocent child in mortal danger. Accompanied by 2 women, they undertake a risky journey, leaving the relative safety of their haven and venturing into treacherous territory. In the shadows of ancient trees and dark valleys, fearsome creatures lie in wait, ready to devour anything in their path. This is more than just survival. It's a test of endurance, where every step is a challenge and every breath brings them closer to an ever-present danger. And that's the end of our list. Which of these films surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments what you think of these intense survival stories and which movie goes on your must-watch list.